When I hear people say, "I'm not scared," I think, then you're a fool. I've been an intuitive all my life, fighting demons, entities, and some strange things. But "I'm not scared" is something you'll never hear me say. It's all pretty scary. Nothing could have prepared me for a time I cleared 13 homes and people in the span of 1 year. I moved to a building to manage it. And this little building had so many things and activities going on. One of them surrounded a unit where a couple of times I saw a woman leaving from that direction. And she would open the door, at least I thought she was the one opening the pedestrian door on the side of the building. Every time I ran to catch up with her, she would disappear. Finally, one day, I saw a woman walking on that side. I thought it was one of the residents. And I couldn't catch up with her, but I thought, I'll just tell her when I see her. A few minutes later, she came to my office to ask for something, and I said, "Oh, I just saw you leave." And she said, "No, I've been in my unit the whole time." I thought that was very strange. Later, I found out that unit was occupied by a young woman who unfortunately was killed in that unit. When it was vacant, I walked in and I could hear someone running to the back of the apartment, like they were hiding. They didn't want to be found out. I knew it was her. I found some of the disturbing notes from the prior manager who actually dealt with finding her in her apartment. I called the police to get some background on the story, and they said yes, in fact, her boyfriend had killed her. Now, the strange thing is the woman who lived in that unit after her also had to move quickly because her ex-boyfriend was trying to kill her. I called upon a Jesuit priest. They're an order in the Catholic Church who I have the highest and most respect for. He came immediately, and we performed a service for her. I could feel the joy and the sadness that someone was finally helping her move on. I think she was very tired. Another story that happened in that building was I was in my office, and one of my residents walked in, and he had a nervous look on his face. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "I think there's a ghost upstairs in the unit above me." And I said, "What makes you think that?" He said, "Well, I keep hearing noises and dogs barking, and you told me that no one has lived there for a few weeks." And I said, "Yes, that's correct." He said, "Well, I was taking a nap, and I heard tapping coming from upstairs. When I got up, I walked to the other side of my apartment, and I heard the same tapping." He said, I'm very nervous and scared right now." I said, "No problem, I'll check it out." He said, "What do you mean you'll check it out?" He said, "You know what to do?" I said, I do know what to do." When I went up to the door, I tried to open it with the key, and it pushed back and kind of slammed. I was a little nervous because I thought, well, maybe somebody is in there. And I grabbed some of my tools, my spiritual tools, did a little prayer, and then I entered that unit. It was strange. I saw an entity, a ghost. I saw a man. And he didn't look like he was up to any good. I grabbed my tools again, and I blessed that apartment and the entire building. After that, we didn't hear any more noise. Then about a month or two later, I would wake up with scratches on my arm. I thought, did I scratch myself in my sleep? It was just very weird because they were very painful and very intentional. They just had a certain line or something about them, a shape, and I thought, that's very strange. I thought, something's going on, because I was feeling uneasy, and I asked, again, the angels to please show me. Well, they didn't waste any time. That night, I had a dream, and I was taken outside in the darkest of the midnight, and I was kind of floating, but it was like they were taking me somewhere. Over in that same area that I saw the woman going into the side of the building, in my dream, they took me to that area. I looked up and I saw she wasn't a human woman, but she was a woman. And she was really scary looking, really angry. She was looking at me with such an evil look. And I'm thinking, okay, I know what she looks like now. I'm done. But they pushed me all the way up to her till I was standing directly in front of her. I was truly horrified. She had like pale bluish type skin. Like she was like blue. And she looked at me, and I heard the angelic voice say, she's causing all of this. She's angry with you, and she's attacking you. She's saying that she was angry with you because you're undoing everything that she did. I woke up. I thought, wow, I wonder if that was a banshee, like this type of witch, which I have dealt with in the past. But I jumped into action because I did not want her bothering me or attacking me. It was quite frightening. So as I made my plan, I have a cross that has the Our Father prayer written on each slab, and unfortunately that broke and I needed to take it to get it fixed. I was over by the area where I saw the woman in my dream, and I had the cross in pieces in a little basket. When I got to that area, I was throwing something away. Something smacked the basket out of my hand. It flipped and all of the pieces scattered. Each piece was turned over so that you could not see the words of the prayer except for one piece. This prayer is, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. The part of the prayer that was flipped over was the words, us from evil. My blood ran cold. I was absolutely horrified. Us from evil. I quickly gathered my cross. I took it to get fixed. And the next couple of weeks, I spent blessing and clearing that apartment. When my time was done there, I moved back to the area that I knew best, and I felt like I had closed a lot of doors in that building. It was very heavy and strange, but when I left, it was a happy building. It was good. I can't say that something else won't happen there, but the time that I took care of it, I sent those that were from evil back from where they came.